All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to unpack the absolute bedrock of all programming. It's the very first, most essential building block you'll ever use, no matter what you end up creating with code. So, let's get to it. So, have you ever really stopped to think about this? How does a computer remember anything? How does it keep track of your high score, your username, or what level you're on? The answer? Well, it's actually way simpler than you might think, and that's exactly what we're here to break down. The secret sauce, the magic behind it all, comes down to one thing: our first and most essential digital tool. This is the core mechanism that lets any program store, manage, and even update information in real time. Okay, so there it is. The official, kind of textbooky definition, a named storage location. I know, it sounds a little dry, maybe a bit abstract, but don't worry, stick with me because we're about to make this crystal clear. And there you have it. That's it. Seriously, that's all a variable is. Just imagine you've got a bunch of empty cardboard boxes. You can put some information inside one of them, and so you don't forget what's in there, you write a label on the outside. Boom, you've just understood exactly what a variable does inside a computer. I want you to start thinking of yourself as a kind of digital builder. And, every builder needs a toolbox, right? Well, this simple labeled box, the variable, is the very first and honestly the most fundamental tool you're putting into that toolbox today. Everything else builds on top of this. Let's see this thing in action. In step 1, we create a box, we slap the label score on it, and we put the number 100 inside. That's called assigning a value. Then you keep playing the game, and you get more points. So in step 3, the program just finds that same score box, takes out the old value, and replaces it with the new one, 150. See? The label stays the same, but the stuff inside can change all the time. So we've got our boxes. But just like with real tools in a workshop, if your labels are confusing or just messy, you're not going to be able to build much of anything. So let's talk about how to label these things the right way. And this is key. You're not just writing these labels for the computer. Believe me, the computer doesn't care. You're writing them for yourself 6 months from now and for anyone else who might look at your code. A label like user underscore, you know instantly what's inside. A label like X, yeah, good luck remembering what that was for later. Here are some super clear do's and don'ts. Good labels are descriptive, and they usually follow certain rules, like using an underscore to separate words. Bad labels, well, they just break the rules. For example, you can't start a variable name with a number, and you can't have spaces in it. Being precise here is going to save you so many headaches down the road. Trust me. Okay, so we've got our labeled boxes. The next obvious question is, what kind of stuff can we actually put inside them? Well, it turns out there are different kinds of materials, or as they're called in programming, data types, that we get to play with. Let's walk through the 4 most common ones you'll use constantly. First, integers, or int for short. These are just your basic whole numbers, no decimals, perfect for something like the number of lives in a game. Then you've got floats. These are for numbers that do have decimals, like a price, $19.99. Next up, we have a string. It's just a fancy word for text. Any letters or characters inside quotes, like a username, is a string. And finally, the Boolean. Sounds complicated, but it's just a simple switch that can only be true or false. It's perfect for tracking states, like whether the game is over or not. So, we know about our boxes, and we know about the materials we can put in them. But what happens when you need to change one material into another? What if you need to turn a number into a piece of text? This is a really crucial idea. To the computer, the number 5 and the text character 5 are 2 totally different things. Type conversion is the technique you use to transform one into the other. It really is like turning the number 5 into the text 5, so you can actually show it to a person on a screen. So why does this even matter? Well, think about it. Your score is calculated as a number, but to display it on the screen, it has to become text. Or what about a welcome message like, "Welcome, Alex, you are level 5. You can't just mash text and a number together. You have to convert that number 5 into text first. This is a super practical thing you'll do all the time. And that's really it. Labeled boxes and the different materials you can put inside them. If you've got a handle on this, you have understood the absolute cornerstone of coding. Every single app, every website, every game you have ever used is built on this very principle of storing information in variables. So now, the question really is for you. You've just added the first and the most powerful tool to your digital toolbox. The possibilities are officially open. So what are you going to build with it?